Hello students, hope you all are fit and fine. And I think you all are enjoying this new innovative mode of online class. I think in this online mode of education, you can learn things more easily because in offline class sometimes it is not possible to show you all the diagrams, all the figures practically in the class or draw. But in online mode, we can show you everything, every picture, every figure for everything is there. So if you just learn it properly, it will help you to what clear your concept more specifically and easily. Okay, so be attentive in the class. So let us start today's class. In this chapter, so far we have learned what are nutrition, what are different components of nutrition, okay, components of food, then what how they are helping, and in details about each and everything like vitamin, protein, carbohydrate, minerals, water we have learned so far. In today's class, we will learn what will happen if we don't have this vitamin, protein, minerals. Okay, there is the if the deficiency means less. Deficiency means less. What will happen if we have less number of these vitamins? That is deficiency of these vitamins, protein, carbohydrate. So we all know to maintain our body we need what? Protein, carbohydrate, vitamins, fat, then minerals, water, okay, and roughage. Yeah, but if you don't have, what will happen? We will become sick. That means we will face some disease. We will become sick in absence of protein, vitamins, right? So what will happen? We will become sick. That means we will be affected by diseases. So what are the diseases that may affect us if we have lack of vitamin? Is it clear? What are the diseases that may affect us if we have less amount of these vitamins, carbohydrate, protein, minerals, these things? So in this class we will learn about this topic only, that what are the diseases that may affect us if we have less amount of vitamin, mineral, carbohydrate, proteins, these things. So let us start today's class. Okay, deficiency disease. Deficiency, always remember, it is having, it means you are not having the proper, you are having less. For example, you are having zero money, and I have in credit of -10. So I am deficient in 10. Okay, I am having less 10 money. Okay, this way you can remember this as deficiency means having less, not the actual amount. Okay, and disease, oh, you all know what are disease. Disease are nothing but the some physical condition of our body in which we feel unhealthy. Okay, so we need to eat a balanced diet for our proper growth and development. It is explained in the last class what is balanced diet. To maintain our proper growth and development, we need to eat food in a schedule that our food is balanced in each type of these nutrients like vitamin, carbohydrate, protein, everything should be balanced. So it is clear to all that we need to eat balanced diet for our proper growth and development. If any of the nutrient is less than the required amount in the diet, it causes a disease. Okay, remember this line. If any of the nutrient is less than the required amount in the diet, it causes a disease. That means there are many nutrients such as vitamins, protein, carbohydrate, lipids, sorry, fats and minerals. So if any of the vitamin is less in your food than the required, for example, you need 10 gram of carbohydrate. Okay, you need 10 gram of carbohydrate, but you are eating a banana. In this banana, for example, you have 5 gram, so you are having less 5 gram. So in your food, if this less amount is there, that is a required amount, you need 10 gram, but in your food it is 5 gram, so you have less 5 gram. So this 5 gram will cause you a disease. So in your food, each nutrient should be balanced. If any of the nutrient is found in the amount less than the actual required, then what will happen? You will face a disease. Okay, what are disease? Diseases that are caused due to the lack of nutrients, carbohydrate, fat, protein, minerals, vitamins in our diet over a long period of time are called deficiency disease. So what is deficiency disease? Those diseases which are caused in our body due to the lack of nutrients. So what are nutrients? We know there are five nutrients: carbohydrate, fat, protein, mineral, and vitamins. When these five things become less in our body, we will face some disease, and these diseases are known as deficiency disease. That means your fever will not be considered as deficiency disease, but in case you are eating less amount of food or your food is not good, then it will, and you are facing any disease, then that disease will be considered as your deficiency disease, because that disease is caused by the lack of carbohydrate, fat, protein, minerals or vitamins, any of this lack in your food. Okay, deficiency diseases are the following types. So there are different types of deficiency disease. We learn each in detail. Okay, so the first is protein deficiency disease. Okay, protein deficiency disease. So we have learned protein is known as bodybuilding food. Okay, so now we'll learn that what will happen if we have less amount of protein, this bodybuilding. So it is roughly it is clear to you, I think, yes, because we have already explained in the last class that proteins are bodybuilding. So if we have no protein, what will happen? Your body will not grow, right? The growth will be affected, because we know proteins are what? They are bodybuilding food. Okay, they are bodybuilding food. If you have less protein, what will happen? Your body growth will be affected. So let us learn this in detail. So the disease name is kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor, kwashiorkor, kwashiorkor. Okay, if a child does not get enough protein in his her diet for a long time, she is likely to suffer from several malnutrition. Okay, if any child does not get the proper amount of protein required for his growth and development, what will happen? It will suffer from several malnutrition. What is malnutrition? It is a case of nutrition where the person is having some deficiency with some in deficiency in nutrition. Okay, the proper it is not getting. It means that nutrition malnutrition is the process in which the person concerned is not getting the actual nutrition it is required. It is below that line. Okay, a very common protein deficiency disease in child is kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor. Okay, this disease is common among children of 1 to 5 years age. So this disease is common to whom? Children of 1 to 5 years age. Okay, the children whose age are in between 1 to 5 years. So what are the symptoms of disease? Every disease has some symptom. For example, you are having fever, so your body temperature will be high. Similarly, this kwashiorkor has also some symptoms. What are the symptoms? First is stunted growth. So as I told, in this case proteins are bodybuilding, so that means it will help in building your body more strong and big. So if you are having less protein, then your body growth will be affected. So here comes your stunted growth. That means if a normal person is to grow this much, this baby will grow this much. Okay, that means the growth will be affected. That means in height the growth will be affected. Stunted growth, the growth will not grow long. Okay, the growth will be limited to certain height. Then skin becomes dry and scaly. The baby skin of the baby will become dry. Okay, the skin will become dry, like rough. It will become rough. Smooth when moisture is there. So when dry, when the skin will be rough. In case of dry, the skin will be rough. And scaly means the skin will come out. Okay, like white peel. You have seen in case of some old people, the skins are coming out. Okay, so in this case also the skin will come out, and the skin will become scaly. Okay, scale type. Hair becomes reddish, so the color of the hair will become reddish. So this is the reason why you have seen, for example, there are some poor childs in near, you will find in any bus station or any railway station. So you have seen that their hairs are mostly reddish, because they are suffering from this protein deficiency disease, because they are not having proper food. So in their case, what is happening? They are suffering from this disease, protein deficiency disease, and in that case their hair becomes reddish. Okay, body swells up due to retention of water, edema. So what happens? body swells up. That means the body will ultimately swell up. What is swell up? It will increase in what should I say? Increase in size. Okay, it will take water. Okay, and it will increase in size. This process is known as odema. Then large pot-like belly. The belly of the whale become like big. Okay, big like a pot. The belly size will increase. Okay, then limbs, especially legs, become thin and bony. So what will happen, their stomach will become big like a pot. Okay, but their legs will especially become thin and bony. That means in their leg you will only find thin legs are there, and only you can see bones are there, no muscle. Okay, and in their stomach, that is their belly will be big in size. So these are some common symptoms of this disease. Okay, remember these are the disease symptoms. What are these? Reddish eye will be there, the reddish hair will be there, then this pot like belly will be there, then there are other symptoms like body will swell up, more water, then stunted growth will be limited, then scaly skin and dry skin. So these are some symptoms of kwashiorkor. So this is caused when there is less protein in the body. So the next case is when protein, carbohydrates, fat deficiency disease. Okay, so in previous disease we have learned only when protein is less they suffer from the disease kwashiorkor. Okay, in this case what is happening, the patient or the person is suffering from protein, carbohydrate, fat, three deficiency, and these three is causing one disease known as marasmus, MARS, marasmus. Okay, remember these names of the disease. The deficiency of protein, carbohydrate, and fat in our diet of children leads to a disease called marasmus. So what causes this disease? When in the food or in the diet there is less of protein, carbohydrate, and fat, these three cause the disease marasmus. Okay, this disease generally affects infants under 1 year of age. So the previous in the previous case, who are the target of this disease? The baby or children in between 1 to 5 years age, and in this case, wait, who have been affected with this disease? In this case, only children's under 1 year age. Okay, 1 year age are only affected. So those are who, two small children, they are only generally affected. Bigger children are also affected, but in this age the disease is more common. So it has also some symptoms. What are the symptoms of the disease? Body becomes very lean and thin. The body will become very lean and thin. Thin, you understand this shape? Body will become very thin. Okay, and so weak that the child may not be able to move, and the body will become so lean and thin and so weak that the child will not be able to move also. Okay, it will become too weak, the body will become too weak. You can see look at this image, you can assume that, see look at this hand, how thin it is. Okay, look at his neck. Okay, his ear, how so thin these are. So what will happen, he will become too weak so that he will not able to move even. Okay, similar as the previous disease, skin becomes dry, the body will become thin and weak, sorry, thin and wrinkled. Okay, then reefs become more prominent. So reefs means this are known as reefs cage. Okay, these bones. So you can see that, you can look these, you can find this more easily. In case of your in your case, what will happen, there are some muscles above these rib cages, so you cannot see all your bones over there. Okay, but in this case what is happening, you can see all these bones from away. So this means that ribs are more prominent, means more noticeable. Prominent means more noticeable. You can notice these ribs from far away also. So in this is what is happening, so these bones are becoming noticeable from far away. Then the next is sunken eyes. Sunken eyes means below these eyes there will be some dark lines, okay, over there. And this eyes will become like these are inserted like in a pipe, okay. The over it will become circle, the eye will become a circle like shape, and here will become some dark, this portion will become dark below the eye. Then unable to digest and absorb food and may suffer from diarrhea. So what are the other symptoms? If whatever food we will give to them, in most cases they are not able to digest the food, and they will suffer from disease such as diarrhea disease, okay. So these are the second disease we have learned. Then let us move to some other deficiency diseases. So in this case we have some vitamin deficiency disease. So I guess all of you know some common examples such as when we have poor eye vision, in case when we are not eating any green leafy vegetables, we face from deficiency of vitamin A, and in that case we have poor eye vision. I have explained in the class also, so I am again explaining it. So these are the some common deficiency disease. Here we will learn the vitamins, their disease name and their symptoms. So first is when we have lack of vitamin A. Lack of vitamin A will cause night blindness. That means you will have problem in looking at problem in your vision at night, okay. At night you will have problem due to lack of vitamin A. So what are the symptoms? Poor vision and loss of vision in darkness, that is night. In night you can see poorly, that means everything will not be visible to you, or you can totally you cannot see anything at night. So this is due to lack of vitamin A. So to avoid this, what we need to do, we all need to eat more leafy vegetables so that we get more vitamin A, and ultimately our body will never suffer from this night blindness disease. Then vitamin B1. So vitamin B1 is causing a disease barberry, BER, beriberi, sorry, vitamin B1 is causing a disease beriberi, okay. What are the symptoms? Extreme weakness, then swelling of legs, loss of appetite and weight. So what are the symptoms? The first symptom is extreme weakness. When any person will be affected with this beriberi disease, what will happen? The patient will become too weak, extremely weak, so that it cannot able to walk, move anything, okay. Then next is swelling of legs. That means the leg will swell up water and the leg will increase in size, okay. For example, initially if the leg is like this is your leg, then after this is what will happen? The leg will increase in this size, okay. It will swell up water, and it will increase in size. Then next is loss of appetite and weight. What will happen? The patient will lose his weight. That means the leg size will be increased, but what will happen? The ultimate body weight will be decreased, okay. Then vitamin C. So vitamin C causes the disease scurvy. This name is scurvy. So what are the symptoms of this disease? The first symptom is spongy and bleeding gum. So in some cases we have seen that from gum of some person blood is coming. When they in the morning when they used to brush, what will happen? From their gum some blood is coming out. So this is due to this scurvy disease. Here they have less vitamin C. So spongy and bleeding of gums, then loosening of teeth, and their teeth become weak. After you have seen that some people, in mature people, young people also, some young people they have less number of teeth. Some of their teeth just fall out because of this scurvy, because they have taken less number of vitamin C. Then wounds take longer time to heal, and if you have got a cut in your hand, it may take in your case 5 days, but if I have vitamin C less in my body, it may take 15 days to become okay or heal, okay. So the person who is suffering from vitamin C disease, there is a scurvy disease, have 3 common symptoms: spongy or bleeding from the gum, then the teeth will become loose, and the third is wounds. Any type of wound, there is any type of cut or anything in their body will take more time to get repair. Okay, so what should we do to save from this disease? You need to eat the fruits or vegetables which have maximum number of vitamin C, amount of vitamin C. For example, all the citrus fruit, lemon, then orange, Then there are amla, you need to eat this type of food. Okay. Then the third last one is vitamin D. So from where we get vitamin D? The first source is sun. The first source of vitamin D is sun. We should always remember. So the disease caused in case of we have less of vitamin D is known as rickets. Rickets, rickets. So what is the disease? The disease is rickets. When we have less vitamin D, the disease in our body which is caused is known as rickets. So what are the symptoms? Soften and bend bones. Your bones will become soft. That is, your body will know, your bones will become soft. That means you will become weak ultimately. Okay. And bent bones. You can see in this figure his legs are bent, his hands are a bit bent. Okay. That means your bone will become soft and bend. So when shaft there, what will happen? In case your bones are strong, if you fall from a cycle, what will happen? Your bones will not break easily. Okay, you may have some fracture, some minor cut in your hand, but the bone will easily not break. But when your bone is soft, what will happen? Whenever you will fall from cycle or any while playing, if you fall, then your bone may break. This fracture is more commonly happen. So vitamin D disease caused first the symptom is your bone will become soft, that means weak, and bent bone. So the bone will become bent. Then we have malfunction of leg bones. The bone legs due to malfunction of leg bones. That is, your leg will become like this shape. Then pain in bones. You will feel too much pain in your bones. Remember these things. Okay. These are some common diseases caused by vitamin and their symptoms. So let us move to next. That is mineral deficiency disease. What are the different deficiency diseases caused by minerals? The disease caused by deficiency of certain minerals are listed here. The first is iron. When in our food or we have less iron, what is the disease caused is anemia. There is less hemoglobin produced in the blood. Anemia means in your blood we all know there is hemoglobin is present. So in when we have less iron, this iron helps in the formation of hemoglobin. So we have less iron means less hemoglobin, and this is known as anemia. Okay, iron helps in the formation of hemoglobin. When less iron, less hemoglobin, and this disease is known as anemia. That means less hemoglobin produced in blood. Okay, what are the symptoms? So less hemoglobin means less blood. So less blood means what are the symptoms you can feel? First is weakness and fatigue, then loss of weight, then pale skin, loss of appetite. These are some common symptoms we can see. Then next is iodine. So iodine disease, we all have learned this iodine disease in previous class or in television. We all have seen what are the diseases that may cause in lack of iodine. You all may remember the ad of like iodine namak, iodine salt. We should take the salt which have iodine. The disease caused is goitry. Okay, goitry disease. So the what are the symptoms? Abnormal enlargement of thyroid gland. Here in our body, in here we have a gland known as thyroid gland. So what will happen? This gland will increase its size, abnormal growth. It should be like small size, but what will happen in case you are having less iron in your food? So the goitry disease will cause an abnormal enlargement of the thyroid. This gland will increase abnormally. Okay, thyroid gland is present in the neck region. Where it is present? In the neck region, in our neck region. Okay, you can see here. Then retarded growth and mental disability. So your growth will be retarded. That means your height, your body, everything growth will be retarded, affected. Normal growth will not happen. Okay, then the next is mental disability. You may face some mental problems also. Okay, in some case you may become mad also. So you need to eat those iodine sources, foods which have iodine. The best is salts containing iodine is the best source of iodine to give our body. Then calcium. So you all know calcium is related to bone. So we have less calcium means it will affect our bone. So let us study this. Then the disease is bone and tooth decay. So if you have less calcium, what will happen? Your bone and tooth both will become affected. So decay means the ultimate decrease in the quality or decrease in the process, mean seems as decay. Okay, that means gradually it is decreasing, becoming dead or decreasing the quality. So the effect will be, symptoms will be weak bones. We all know calcium means bones, so no calcium means weak bones. Then excessive bleeding of gums. From our teeth gum, what will happen? Excessive bleeding will be there. Then if no calcium, then bone will not grow. That means your growth will not be happen, so you will have stunted growth, that is short growth. Then tooth decay, ultimately your tooth will fall. Then weakness, body weakness will be there, because your bone will be weak, so ultimately you will become weak. So body weakness will be there. Then the last one is fluorine. So what will happen in absence of this fluorine mineral? You will have dental caries. Okay, dental caries will be there. So the disease name is dental caries. What are the effect of this? Pain of teeth. As you can see, dental means all related to teeth. Pain in teeth. Then sensitivity to hot and cold food or drinks. Some people you have seen that they have pain in teeth, and whenever they eat, take drink any cold drinks or hot tea, what happens? They feel some sensitivity, they have some problem in their teeth. So this is due to the lack of this fluorine mineral. This is known as dental caries. This is dental caries. Okay, so the symptoms are pain in teeth and sensitivity to hot and cold food or drinks. Okay, so this is the different, so far this is, we have discussed different diseases and their symptoms. So now we learn the last topic of this chapter, that's excessive intake of food. What will happen if we eat too much? It is not required, we need to eat some certain amount of food. If we eat again and again too much food, what will happen? Yes, deficiency of nutrients in our diet leads to disease. Similarly, excessive intake of food also leads to disease. Remember, people say excess of anything is not good. So this is the reason why. Because we learned that now, just now we have learned that if we have lack vitamins, nutrients, then proteins in our body, what will happen? In our food, what will happen? We will face some disease. So in case of less you are facing disease, so when it will become more than the required, then also you will face the disease. There should be a balance. For example, in your exam the pass mark is, for example, 40. Okay, out of 100 the pass mark is 40. You need to get 40 to pass. Okay, you always, you can, in 39 always you will fail, so less is not good, right? And the maximum you can get is 100 upon 100. So this is a very good, but you can never get 101, right? Isn't it? So you should always maintain a balance between, certain limit is there. Okay, you can range always from 40 to 100. You can get 99, 98, 100. So this is very good, but 101 is never possible, or it will never help you. People will say this is fake, isn't it? So in similarly here, you need to eat certain proper amount of nutrients, so that it is not affecting our body. Because you are eating for better, but ultimately if it affect you, no use of eating. So you should not take excess food, it may cause you some disease. Overeating of fat rich food leads to overweight conditions called obesity. So you all have heard this term obesity. What is obesity? When some people eat more fat rich foods, that means the foods which have more fat. If you eat this food again and again, what will happen? You will increase the weight, your body will become increase, you will become fatty, and this condition is known as obesity. Okay, many people, especially children, eat a lot of junk food such as burgers, chips, soft drinks. All these food items contain large amount of fats and sugars. Due to lack of physical activities, fat get accumulated in the body and causes obesity. So in children also this might happen. What in children do, or youngsters do, what they do, they eat more amount of chips, burgers, soft drinks, cold drinks, these things, and this all thing contains maximum amount of fat. And in our age, or in your age, what you do? You come to school, you go from school, then you are again doing homework, reading, no time for play. So ultimately what is happening, this junk food or this fat is getting accumulated in your body. It is not utilized in any work, and ultimately it is accumulating at a certain period of time. What will happen? Your body will get increased, body will become increased, and you will also face the problem of obesity. Okay, it is a disease, type of disease. Okay, obese people may suffer from disease like, so what will happen if your body becomes too much big, and if you suffer from obesity, what will happen? There is some disease like hypertension and diabetes. So you all know the maximum of the fat people have diabetes disease. So because of this obesity, because they have maximum amount of fat they have taken, we can control obesity and be fit and healthy by regular physical exercise and avoiding the carbohydrate rich food. So how can you avoid this? You all can avoid this just by avoiding the foods which contains more carbohydrate and fat. There should be, we should eat a limited amount but not excess. So up to this much we have explained the whole chapter. In the next class I'll give you the question answers from this chapter, and after this session you can ask me your doubts. Thank you.